Hello students, now we have already discussed about a topic that what is the value of electric field produced due to point charge and value of electric field produced due to system of point charge. We all know the expression that if I am having this charge Q over here and at this point P located at position vector R, we have to find out electric field, then expression of electric field at this point E can be given as kq by r square into r cap. And suppose that rather than having positive charge, if I have negative charge minus q, and if I have been asked to find out electric field at this point P, again having position vector r with respect to this negative minus q charge, then electric field at this point is minus kq by r square r cap. So we already know that due to positive charge q, electric field will always be radially outward, and due to negative charge minus q, electric field will be radially inward. These lines which I have drawn over here, they are called electric field lines. This also has been discussed, and if I draw a circles like this way, and I can find that in inner circle electric field lines are more densely placed, so that's why in this region electric field is stronger, and in this outer circle electric field lines are not densely placed but rather they are away from each other. So over here we say that electric field is a weaker. So density of electric field lines is directly proportional to intensity of electric field that we have already discussed. Now today in this session we are going to discuss about what is the electric field due to various charge configuration. So the first sum that we are going to discuss today is that suppose that I am having this square over here. Let's name this square as ABCD, and on these two vertex of square we have this plus q charges, and on these two vertices C and D we are having this minus q charges. The length of side of this square is say equals to A, and question asked to us is that we have to find out electric field at this point O, which is center of square. So we can write down question as find value of electric field at point O due to this system of charges, okay, as shown in figure. We have to find out value of electric field at this point O. How to find out this electric field? Now the first thing that I have to find out, what is the distance of each charge from this center. So this is the diagonal of square, this BD. If this A and this A, we all know that, suppose that this is this triangle which I have selected BCD, this side is A, even this side is A. Using Pythagoras theorem, I can easily prove that this side BD is equal to what? Root 2A, under root of A square plus A square, so 2A square, and square root of that will be root 2A. But I want to find out this distance B2O, which will be same as D2O or C2O or A2O. and that will be how much? Let us say that distance is equal to r. So that distance r is nothing else but root 2a divided by 2. So that distance can be given as what? A by root 2. So this distance a by root 2 is nothing else but distance of each vertex, okay, to the center of square. Now as we can know over here that all these charges, whether placed at A, B, C and D, they are having same magnitude, that is equal to Q. Magnitude of each charge placed at A, B, C or D is equal to what? Q. And distance of each charge and this point O is also same, which is equal to A by root 2. So it is quite clear that magnitude of electric field at O due to all these charges A, B, C and D, charges placed at A, B, C and D, we will note down them as EA, EB, EC and ED. They all will be equal to K Q divided by square of distance, that is A by root 2 the whole square. So this becomes KQ A square. In denominator you will have 2, so that 2 will go up, so that electric field due to charge placed at A, B, C or D, it is given as what? 2kq by A square. But we have to find out resultant electric field at O. So we will also have to draw vectors representing this electric field EA, EB, EC and ED. So electric field at O due to this charge A, electric field at O due to this charge A will be radially outward. So this is nothing else but electric field EA. Electric field at O due to this charge placed at B is also radially outward. Why? Because these both are positive charges. Then electric field at O due to this charge minus Q placed at C will be towards that charge. Why towards that charge? Because this is negative charge, and we already have discussed that electric field due to negative charge is always towards that charge. And finally, due to this charge placed at D, there is this electric field ED, which is also towards that minus Q charge. Why towards that minus Q charge? Again, because it is negative charge. So finally, from this point O, we are having two electric field. One is towards this point C, another one is towards this point D. This electric field I will write down as E1 is nothing else but what? Vector EA plus vector EC. As you can see, EA plus EC. And towards this point D, there will be vector E2, which is equal to again EB plus ED. They both are like this way, perpendicular to each other. E1 and E2 both are perpendicular to each other. Why they are perpendicular? Because we already know that diagonal of square bisect each other at right angle. Now this E1 and E2, their magnitude will be both EA and EC. Both EA and EC are equal to 2kq by square. Similarly, both EB and ED, they both are equal to 2kq by square. So E1 will be 2kq by square plus 2kq by square along same direction. So that will be 4kq by a square. Similarly, E2 is a sum of EB and ED. So even that sum EB plus ED will be 2kq by square plus 2kq by square, that will be 4kq by square. So these are the two electric field, E1 towards OC and now E2 towards OD. and they both are perpendicular to each other. So resultant electric field at O is again now vector sum of these two electric field E1 and E2. And we already know if two vectors are inclined at any angle theta, then resultant E can be written as E1 square plus E2 square plus 2E1 E2 cos theta. Angle between E1 and E2 will be 90 degree, and we all know that cos 90 degree is equal to 0. So this term will become 0, last term, and finally E will be nothing else but E1 square plus E2 square. Once again, both E1 and E2 are same 4k cube by square, so that can be taken out common 4k cube by square under root 1 plus 1. So resultant electric field will be 4 root 2 k cube by a square. Resultant electric field can be given as 4 root 2 k cube by a square, and direction of that resultant electric field will be bisector of E1 and E2 because both are same. Over here also I can draw like this way. This is the direction of resultant electric field. So one can easily understand that direction of this electric field is parallel to AD and it is parallel to BC. So this is the direction of the electric field that we are having. Okay, you are getting it? Very simple sum. All these four vertices are having plus q minus q and minus q charge, and therefore we can easily find out electric field in this way. Now suppose charges are not placed like that way, I will just shift the position of charges like this way, that 2 plus q charges are placed at A and D and minus q charges are placed in B and C. And question asked to me same, but now little bit shorter. What is the direction of electric field at point O? How to find out direction now? So I did not need to find out the magnitude. I am only concerned about the direction now. So from here it is A. So over here we will have this direction of electric field EA. This is B. So towards B, this is the direction of electric field EB. This C is again negative. So towards C there is this EC. And due to this positive charge D, there will be electric field along this way, that is ED. So now there are two vectors like this way, and resultant of these two will go over here. So in this case, this is the direction of net electric field. So one can easily say that it is parallel to AB parallel to DC. This is how I can find out the value of what? For direction of the resultant electric field. This kind of question may also come in exam and in form of MCQ, that what is the direction of electric field at given point. Now suppose that we are having this this equilateral triangle with each side equals to A, and at each vertex of equilateral triangle I have placed charge plus q, and I need to find out electric field at center of this equilateral triangle, point O. Okay, I need to find out what is electric field at center of this equilateral triangle, say given by this ABC. Again one thing remains same, because it is an equilateral triangle, point O represents the center of triangle. So distance of each vertex and center say is equal to R. I don't want to find out this distance. I will show you why I am not finding out or not concerned with the distance. We'll discuss that. What are the directions of electric field? Due to charge A, it will be along this direction, EA. Due to charge B, it will be along this direction, can be easily understood, both positive charge. So away, and due to charge C, this is the direction. So these are the three vectors EA, EB, EC representing electric fields due to charge placed at A, B and C, and they all will be KQ divided by square of distance, that is R square. Now what is the angle between these two vectors EA and EC, EA and EB, and EB and EC? One can easily understand it is equilateral triangle, so this angle will be 30 degree, this is 30, 30, 30, 60 becomes it 90, so in this triangle 30 and 90, 120, so remaining angle will be 60, even this will be 60, okay, similarly this will be 60, so these two angle 60 plus 60, between these two vectors the angle will become 120 degree. Easily हम समझ सकते हैं कि if this is vector EA, this one is vector EB, and this one is vector EC, so angle over here between any two set of vector is 120 degree. Simple geometry it is, you can easily understand. And now we need to find out, of course, net electric field. So net electric field at this point O is nothing else but vector sum EA plus EB plus EC. It is a vector sum of three vectors EA, EB and EC. We can easily understand that. So now for that I will use Lami's theorem. What does it indicate, Lami's theorem? Suppose that you are having three vectors. Say this vector A, this is vector B, and some random arrangement is vector C. Angle opposite to vector A is alpha, angle opposite to vector B is beta, angle opposite to vector C is gamma. Okay, then A plus B plus C is 0 when this condition is fulfilled, that magnitude of A by sin alpha, magnitude of B by sin beta, and magnitude of C by sin gamma. You have to note down this. This will be useful many a times. If this condition is fulfilled, magnitude of A divided by sine of opposite angle, that is sin alpha, magnitude of B divided by sine of opposite angle, that is sin beta, magnitude of C divided by sine of its opposite angle, that is sin gamma. If this condition is fulfilled, then addition of these three vectors A plus B plus C will always be 0. Now over here you can see that EA, EB, EC, they both are same. Angle opposite to EA is 120, opposite to EB is also 120, and opposite to EC is also 120. So this condition is fulfilled, that EA upon sin 120 is equal to EB upon sin 120. I will just write down EA by sin 120 is equal to EB by sin 120 is equal to EC by sin 120. So it fulfills this condition of Lami's theorem, and therefore net electric field, that is EA plus EB plus EC, will be 0. Net electric field at center will be 0. You are getting my point? If three equal charge are placed at all vertex of equilateral triangle, resultant electric field at center of equilateral triangle will always be 0. Now we have found this answer using Lami's theorem. There are other methods also by which you can find out this value. We can divide EC into two components, EB into two components, and we can consider this as x-axis, this is y-axis, and then add all the vectors. Eventually, you will come out to be answer 0. Okay, so this is an easier method to understand that resultant electric field at this central point of equilateral triangle, if equal charges are placed at all vertex, is always equal to 0. Now, I will take you to the more general expression that suppose we are having a square, or in that sense we are having this hexagon. Okay, this is regular triangle, equilateral triangle is regular triangle, this is square, so regular quadrilateral, hexagon, regular hexagon, all sides are equal, and suppose on this square I place equal charge Q, and if I ask you to find out resultant electric field at this point O, you will say that suppose this is A, B, C and D, due to A will be in this direction, due to B it will be along this direction, due to C it will be along this direction, due to D it will be along this direction. You can see these are four vectors. These are four vectors. These two will cancel each other and these two will cancel each other. So resultant electric field at center will be 0. Similarly, for regular hexagon, if I place equal charges at all vertex, क्या होगा तब? इसको भी हम नाम दे देते A, B, C, D, E and F. Due to A, EA, this is EB due to C, EC due to D, ED due to E, E of E and due to F, E of F. You can easily understand that E and ED will cancel each other, EB and EE will cancel each other, and EC and EF will cancel each other. So resultant electric field at center will again be 0. In short, you are having any regular polygon. I have drawn over here pentagon. Any regular polygon, and if you are placing equal charges at all its vertex, if equal charges are placed at all vertex of regular polygon, if equal charges are placed at all vertex of regular polygon, resultant electric field at center of that particular polygon will be 0. Now getting this point, whether it is triangle, square, pentagon, hexagon, octagon, any n-sided regular polygon, no matter the number of amount of sizes, and if you are placing equal charges at all vertex of those regular polygons, electric field at that center will always be 0. You have to remember this is a standard result.